So, to another thing regarding in this budget is in relation to, I told you, micro, small, medium enterprises. They are also largely hit by demonetization. Now regarding this, keep this in mind. The present finance minister long back in budget 2015-16 have made an announcement that within the next 4 years we will reduce the corporate tax from 30% to 25%. What is the purpose for this move? To make our companies competitive in relation to, now try to understand that we are living in a global economy where there is huge competition between the private companies, Indian companies and the multinational companies. Now if you look into the other countries' tax structure, our main competitors like China or Southeast Asia, China is having a corporate tax of 25%, Southeast Asia is having much lesser than that. Now when the Indian company is facing competition, when they compete for the same market, their cost is more, the cost of doing business is more. Why? Here several things are there. First of all, the interest rate is very high here. Second, the tax is more here. So if you want to support your company, we have to ensure, so two things have to be done: reduce the tax and ensure there are very few tax exemptions. Give them, so tax exemptions results in tax evasion. If you give more exemptions, people will use that provision and exempt tax. So reduce tax exemptions. So this was a decision made by the Union Finance Minister way back in budget 2015-16. Okay. Now because of demonetization, already you know that, okay, there is a possibility of getting less revenue. Chances of, now if you reduce the corporate tax now, it's not a wise idea to do it now. But the government have to keep its promise. So what the government have done, instead of giving the entire company's tax reduction, it set a turnover limit. It's very important. Companies with a turnover of up to 50 crore, it's a very important decision. Companies up to 50 crore turnover, for those companies from budget 2017-18 onwards, the tax have been reduced. The tax have been reduced from 30% to 25%. So enterprises which is having a turnover up to 50 crore, for them in the coming financial year, the tax is not 30%, it has reduced. So it's a good thing. Already a demonetization impacted sector will get a boost in the form of lesser taxes. So this is a decision taken by the, and one more thing, again another factual thing, but very important. Now try to understand that you will get lot of articles related with this, regarding this small and medium enterprises. You will get lot of article related with this. Okay, the positive part of this decision and the negative part of this decision. This also have a negative part, we'll come to it. And what the finance minister have said now, this companies with a turnover of 50 crore constitute 96% of the companies in India. So now what does it mean? See, if you notice one thing, the companies in India are small or medium in size. Now my question is, why is it so? Why the companies are not Is it because of the previous policies of the government? It's, so you will, under industry, you'll study SME policies and all this. If you see the history of smaller and medium enterprises in India, we follow different policies. Earlier, we have protected them. Earlier, SMEs were protected from big companies. So how it was protected? By giving reservation. So don't think that reservation is, so even in industry also reservation is, means they will give certain sectors reserved for small and medium enterprises, in the sense that large companies will not be allowed to produce that sectoral items. So we had a reserved list for, so but we have cut down, and now it is very less or very few now. Now try to understand that. So, or since there were protection from the government, or certain sector were given only for these smaller enterprises, what these companies will do? They will never grow beyond a limit. Now what will happen? If they grow beyond that limit, they will lose the status of a small enterprises, and now if you lose this status, you can't be in that sector. So they will try to be in that range itself. Second thing, what happened after liberalization, after economic reforms in 1991, even though we protected our small industries from the larger industries in India, enterprises from India, we could not able to protect them from the multinational companies. Why? WTO have certain rules. So that the government realized this mistake, then it started delisting the items from the reserved category. Now already that policy we have made in relation to SMEs. Now if you notice one thing, if the government is giving a tax concession, will the same issue will happen in here also? What the companies will try to do? They will ensure that the turnover is 50 crore and below. They will never go beyond it. Because if it becomes 51 crore, they cross the benchmark. They cross the benchmark, and 30%, 5% tax is a very big amount. Okay, so again, that it's a, even though maybe the government is planning to do it in a step by step, maybe, so we don't know. At least this is one criticism I have heard from this decision. Few may come, we'll just see it. That's from your mains point of view. From your prelims point of view, I'll come to it. From your prelims point of view, these two are very important. This turnover of 50 crore is very important. Then the tax reduction is important, and 96% of the company constitute this. It's important from your prelims point of view. Mains point of view, those who are preparing for interview also prepare on SME thoroughly, the earlier policies and how it is related with the current policies, how it will influence the current policies. Will it help to promote this sector, or the earlier issue will come up or not? So that we have to analyze and keep an idea. So this is another step. So both the decision which I had discussed, that is in relation to cleansing of political funding and this reduction of taxes for a companies with a turnover of 50 crore is also directly linked with the demonetization exercise.